Welcome, Caucasian Sasquatch. Thanks for coming, man. All right, Caucasian. See the metal plate and see the tone generator? That's all you need for this. I don't even think you really need a tone generator. You could probably use an instrument or something if you wanted to. As the pitch of the tone increases, geometric patterns will form. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Caucasian Sasquatch, but maybe. Here, let me show you some more slides. See, look, all we're adding is some Rochelle salts. See? Add some salt on top of the plate. Then they put sound into it. And depending on the hertz, the shape is different. See? Check this out. Here's some examples in nature. Yeah, Mighty Adam says, looked into this, would love to try it out for ourselves. Yeah, I know. I used to play in a rock band, and we had on top of one of the drums, we had a pile of powder. Yeah, we had a pile of powder on it, and as we were playing, the powder started making geometric shapes, and that's how I first learned of cymatics. But that was a while ago. Yeah, and it's interesting. We see these patterns in nature. We see them a lot, and it reminds me of the phi ratio. The same way the spiral that plants grow out of. Caucasian Sasquatch says there was somebody proposing something with this back in the day, but that's new to me, so that's interesting. Okay, an Indian guy in the 50s. Okay, cool. I'll have to look into that. Wavefront of belief, alternative wavefront of belief, or something. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know there's this Asian guy who's a researcher who's working with water and crystals, and how when he frees the water under a different frequency, it actually makes a different geometric pattern. It's a cymatic effect. Oh, books from the attic, huh? All the best books end up in the attic somehow, huh, Cock? What do you guys think about these proverbs, huh? I'm not sure if you guys are into the Bible, but I read the Bible just like I read all mythology. That kind of triggers some people, but I believe all of it, so I don't know why it triggers them. But anyways, Proverbs 15:4. Gentle words bring life and health. A deceitful tongue crushes the spirit. If your words have a cymatic effect on the people you speak to, yeah, I can see that big time. Let's see here. Proverbs 16:24. Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul and healthy for the body. Here we got Proverbs 18:4. A person's words can be life-giving water. There you go, guys. Life-giving water right there. Come on, your words are water. What's it even mean? This is what it means, huh? Words of true wisdom are as refreshing as a bubbling brook. What is that all? What's with all the water references and speaking, huh? They knew something we didn't, or that we know now, maybe? Kind of. Thanks for coming, everybody. Mighty Adam, Caucasian Sasquatch, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Share the stream if you can. Try and get a bigger crowd. I finally got my internet upgraded. That's why I'm not lagging constantly. Oh, yeah. Caucasian Sasquatch says, I put quotes in my live streams for fluff. Plus, it makes me look deep. There you go. There you go. Just put some philosophy behind you and just talk about whatever nonsense, and there you go. You'll be deep. Oh, yeah. Singing bowls. Yeah. One of my friends showed me that channel. They use like quartz, right? Quartz crystal bowls or something like that. They're used for meditation too, right? But yeah, they make some wicked sound out of them. Caucasian Sasquatch says, it's not about what you mean, it's about what is seen. Ah, very wise indeed. It's not about what you mean, what you see. What do you guys think about this image? We got these are glass stained windows from major cathedrals next to cymatic patterns we see in the water when experimenting. And what's this other one? Oh, DNA. The way DNA is put together. Yeah. That's interesting. You see these geometrical patterns all over old architecture, and Mighty Adam says, it's dinner time here, so gonna have to love and leave you. With the bowls, you can feel the resonance. Vibrations through your body. I'll tune in another time, guys. Well, we appreciate you, Mighty Adam. Thanks for coming. I'm going to try to be live more often, so make sure to drop by. God bless. Caucasian Sasquatch says, pretty sure someone was watching my trip, but I knew that. I knew someone was watching. I felt eyes on me during my whole trip. Now, guys, this is where it's going to get controversial. I don't necessarily believe that 100% that our ancestors used cymatics or advanced technology to build, or if they were just more, in fact, advanced back then themselves. But I do think it's interesting that these post-mud flood ruins sure look like cymatic patterns, you know? And I'm not sure why you would build them to look that way otherwise. If someone knows better than me, leave that in the comments. So, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's fact that they were building using cymatics in the past, but I did think it was an interesting concept, especially from the perspective of who's building. Like, were giants building or something? Mythology writes a lot about giants. I don't know. If you guys have never heard of the mud flood theory, alternate history, you're definitely going to want to check out Autodidactic. He's got a really good channel. I'll teach you a lot about that. J Dreamers is a great topic too. Channel as well. He's live all the time. Yeah, J Dreamers. He knows about the petrified titan theory as well. Not sure if you guys have heard that one. But as I said, this is a controversial view. I'm not going to say it's true or not, but I do think it's interesting. There might be some credence to it. Caucasian Sasquatch says, I think most archaeologists underestimate the power of genius. Yeah, well, most archaeologists are shills from university, so you know they're not gonna tell you shit except to stay out and not to look there because there's nothing there to see. So don't look because you know there's nothing there. Mighty Adam says, "Yeah, interesting topic. The old stained glass windows and architectural patterns. Yeah, I mean, what a coincidence, right, Mighty Adam? I mean, you're making this stained glass window for God or whatever in a church, right? This is the narrative they give us, right? And you're gonna choose. Oh, I don't know. If they chose, the shape of 3,000 hertz on a sonograph. Oh, interesting choice, ancient glassmaker. Caucasian Sasquatch says, check out at AIP pyramids. Okay, will do. Will do. Shadow Pro says hi. Hey, what's up, Shadow Pro? Hey, we're getting to the controversial stuff now. I'm going to go back to the beginning, guys, just in case, because we got some new watchers now. It's a pretty short slideshow anyway, so I don't know if you ever heard of cymatics before, Shadow Pro. All right, so anyone who's just joining us, we're talking about cymatics. Cymatics is the study of sound become visible. It's pretty simple. All you need is a tone generator or an instrument and a metal plate. And you're going to want to use salt that is crystalline, like Rochelle salts, and that should work just fine. And work just fine for what? Well, here, let me show you guys. As the pitch of the tone increases, geometric patterns will form. So see, we're putting the salt on the sonograph, and this little plate vibrates, okay? Watch. This plate vibrates now at 3,240 hertz, and it makes this shape. Did you guys know that? Okay, schooler, so big deal, right? The salt makes shapes when you put sound into it. Well, I shouldn't have to explain to you guys that if you could do things on a minor scale in science, you can usually adapt it to a major scale, right? So I have a little frequency on a little plate making these geometric patterns. If I had a giant frequency, right, or hertz, whatever, okay, on a giant plate, I can make giant structures in these shapes, right? Caucasian Sasquatch says he studies the ancient architects used the golden ratio in all things. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, 100%. Which implies they were smarter than we give them credit for, if you ask me. And that those measurements are observable in nature. Yes, 100% Caucasian. I'm impressed, man. Yep.
We're all missing too.
Shadow Pro says, I just followed you, Caucasian. Your videos are great.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you guys follow Caucasian Sasquatch. Yeah, he's got great stuff. He's active, really active, too. He's on all the time. Let me know if you guys want to change topics. I already went through his slideshow a couple times. I got all kinds of cryptid content. You guys want to talk about cryptids? Let me know. This is an open chat. We got think tank action going on. I'm going to try to bring slideshows that are relative to the think tank going on in the chat. Again, guys, I'm not going to objectively say that they built using cymatics these structures, but it's like Caucasian Sasquatch said in the chat. They were definitely using the golden ratio for all their architecture, which is extremely advanced, ahead of their time, if you ask me. And if you just look at these things, you'll see that. If you look at it objectively, you'll see that. Make sure everybody subs to Shadow Pro. Gotta support each other's channels. Sub to Shadow Pro. Sub to Caucasian Sasquatch. Sub to Retro Modern Art. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate all of you. Retro Modern Art doesn't have a channel, but it's okay. We shout you out anyways. I hope you're having a good day anyways, bud.
No.
Okay, we don't have any recommendations from the chat on the next topic, so I'm just going to pick a cryptid. The kids plus live stream equal disaster, but we try anyways, folks. Thanks for being patient with us. Yeah, retro modern art says also an 8-pointed star like previous picture. Yeah, what's the deal with the 8-pointed stars everywhere, huh? Is that the Ishtar star or something? I've heard about that vaguely before, I think. Star of Ishtar or something like that. But yeah, you see it all over the place. I don't know. I don't know what the significance of it is. Zodiac's 12, right? So it's probably not a zodiac wheel. I don't know. Retro modern art says
I don't know.
the center before was square 4. The next was cross 4 also. Oh, are you talking about how like the cube unfolds into the cross? That bit? Yeah, get comfortable, folks, because this next one, if you've never heard of a blemmy or a headless one, you think, oh, it's poorly translated. Oh, it's, some interpretive text. There are so many witnesses, and I'm going to show you right now. Many people, major historical figures, witnessed, and wrote about what they saw. These blemmies, aka the headless ones. Various species of mythical headless men were rumored in antiquity and later to inhabit remote parts of the world. They are variously known as acephaloi, Greek headless ones, or blemmyes, Latin blemmi, and described as lacking a head, with their facial features on their chest. These were at first described as inhabitants of ancient Libya and the Nile system, Ethiopia. Later traditions confined their habitat to a particular island or shifted it to India. Interesting. So these things are in Indian lore, North African, and some unnamed island at this point. Yeah, what do you guys think? Our first witness wrote about them, Herodotus. Histories 4, translated by Godley, Greek historian, 5th century BC. For the eastern region of Libya, i.e. North Africa, which the nomads inhabit, is low-lying and sandy as far as the Triton River. But the land west of this, where the farmers live, is exceedingly mountainous and wooded and full of wild beasts. In that country are the huge snakes and the lions, which we hear about in Egyptian mythology, guys, and the elephants and bears and asps, the horned asses. The dog-headed cynocephaly, you guys have seen me do a video on that before, and the headless acephaloi, men that have their eyes in their chests. As the Libyans say, and the wild men and women besides many other creatures not fabulous. So here it is, guys. Herodotus saw them, wrote about what he saw. And my point I'm going to make is that if it's simply a mistranslation, well, we're going to get into it more in the presentation, but if it's simply a mistranslation, then why are they depicted on maps as such? Now, this picture on the left here is allegedly a real picture of a blemmie. I'm not going to tell you if that's real, but I noticed it's a picture of a picture. And whoever faked this did a good job about the description others have of them is their hairline being just like this, exactly described like this, the center of the chest. This is for sure a male. The females are said to have the eyes up here. We're going to get into that later in the video as well. Yeah, what do you guys think? Real? Just one. Our next witness of the blemmyes is Pliny the Elder, Natural History 723, translated by Rackham, Roman Encyclopedia, 1st century AD. Cestius, Greek historian, writes, westward from the Red Sea, coast of Africa, there are some people without necks, having eyes in their shoulders. There you go, guys. We're racking up that witness list here. Let's see. And gee, I wonder what happened to the blemmyes, huh? What do you guys think happened? Well, here's all the royal soldiers and all of them looking. These guys don't look too happy. History continues.
Which one?
Headless men also appear in several Asian legends. Breast-eyed races, War Kosman, are recurrent in the Zoroastrian scriptures. In the Indian epic Ramayana, the demon Kabada is a headless creature with one eye in the middle of his stomach and with extra long arms. He is cursed to remain in this form until released by Rama. So there we go, guys. There we got some Indian Hindu reference here. Let's go check back on the chat, see how everyone's doing. Caucasian Sasquatch says, I think the local drum boy is lead-based. I love the Dogman stories. Oh, yeah. The Dogman stories, it's worldwide, too. I was trying to narrow it down to one culture because, I do a video on them. And I couldn't. So I just had to make the video titled Cynocephaly because I couldn't attribute it to one culture. It was just all over the place. The Antipodes, too. Caucasian Sasquatch says, I dated a beautiful body dog-faced woman. She was feral. Okay. Hey, man, you do you, Hey, I think we call those practice girls, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to do a future video on this demon Kabandaha. Yeah. Because this Ramayana story, I've never read the whole thing, but I've heard a lot about it, and it's from what I hear about it, it's pretty epic. I need to catch up on that.
Oh, pink popcorn. You want more popcorn?
Where's Zoroastrian? Zoroastrian scriptures. It says Asian legends. Zoroastrian. Okay, I've heard that before. I'm not familiar with it. All right, let's move on here. The yokai Donotsura in Japanese folklore is depicted as a headless man with his face in his torso. Caucasian Sasquatch says, check out the Raksha of India. Okay, we'll do. Add it to the list. That's another reason I chose mythology and paranormal and stuff for my and cryptids for my channel topic, because there's so much to it, and it's interesting, and a lot of it isn't very well known. There's a lot of obscure stuff, so I thought it'd be a juicy topic to make a channel around, because I'm really into truther stuff, spirit, what you want to call conspiracy stuff or whatever. But I feel like there's enough of that, and it's just been covered, So I just do this guy like it, All right, our next witness in history, we got Alexander himself. The letter material was incorporated into the Alexander legend by Leo Archipresbyter, which was translated into Old French as Roman en prose. In the prose Alexander, the golden-colored headless encountered by Alexander measured just 6 feet tall and had beards reaching their knees. In the French version, Alexander captures 30 of the headless to show the rest of the world. The element lacking in the Latin original. Other Alexander books that contain the headless people episode are Thomas de Kent's Romance and John Wallen's Chronicle. Yeah, what do you guys think? Witness is stacking up. I mean, we're gonna get to some people here, some map makers who made some of the modern maps we follow to this day. So if they're crazy, I don't know. Maybe stop using the map. Rakshasa, okay. Antipodes. Antipodes? What's that, Cock? Blemmyes or headless people were also illustrated and described on medieval maps. Here we go, guys. You're going to see why I'm a firm believer these things once existed. Well, that's just my opinion, of course, but check out this information. The Hereford Mappa Mundi places the Blemmyes in Ethiopia. See, consistent with other accounts, guys. Upper Nile system. Deriving its information from Solinus, perhaps via Isidore of. One Blemmyes has his face on his chest. And another below him has eyes and